What's going on, guys? This is TM25MD, and I have another Duelyst live for you guys today. Today I'll be slowly making our climb to S rank using fun decks and decks that you guys have recommended in the comments of past videos. And I saw one comment that was asking for a deck that involves KnuckleStorm. To be honest, I don't think KnuckleStorm is that great of a card, and I don't think you should build ever in general around one single card. So I decided to take the liberty and try and satisfy that person. He also asked, I don't know if it was he or she, I'll just say he, or this person rather, asked to use Should Die. The way I was constructing the list, you could have done Should Die, but I did feel that Reva was the better choice, or my choice when building this list. And it's purely an 8 gates list, right? And when running 8 gates, I think Reva is better because you'll be running cards like Cryptographer and generating a 1/1 early game, like turns 1 or 2, is fantastic, especially when you're looking to control the board. So this deck has 9 turn 1 plays, not necessarily 9 minions. Got 3 Crescent Spear, 3 Celebrant, because we really want to get Geomancer out as fast as we can. So Geomancer is a huge staple to this deck, plays a big role. So getting that out is pretty big, and it's just good for body blocking in general to 1/4, meaning things like Scroll Bandit cannot miss Dragon Seal and kill it. That's the beauty of the 1/4 body. It survives Scroll Bandit and Phoenix Fires and things like that. So that's it's the best stat line for a 2-drop. And we also have some control elements, Ghost Lightning for things like Ragnarok, Reva, and what's it called? Ragnarok, Reva, and Brum. Brum's good. It's also good against Xerix too, dealing with those dervishes. KnuckleStorm is obviously what we wanted to include in the deck. If I was running a 8 game, it's not that bad. I'll be honest. Out of the 10 games I played with it, it's not bad, and it did come into play and actually won a couple of games. But I feel like I can make a stronger, put a better card that suits this deck better in place of KnuckleStorm, to be quite honest. But it did play a major role in a couple games against Iran, dealing with artifacts alongside 4 Winds Magi. So Iran sits on a tile, plays her double gold vitriol. Got to get rid of those. 4 Winds and KnuckleStorm are cheap, efficient ways of getting rid of those artifacts, so that's kind of the reason why. So I guess it makes sense. You can use this as a tech card if you see a lot of Iran. Not that you're doing this for damage, but you're doing this to remove artifacts, because Kotatsu doesn't do that. Cryptographer I already went over. 8 gates. Sorry about that. The Duelyst client crashed, so I just decided to edit that out, obviously, as you guys can tell. But we have 8 gates, pretty much the theme of the deck. We got Phoenix Fires, Lantern Fox, Thunder Bombs, Cobra Strikes, pretty much control elements. You could cut Cobra Strike, to be honest, and add in like a 3rd Spelljammer, a Battle Pando, 4 Winds Spiral. But it's there as nice chip damage and removal as well. 4 Winds Magi. This originally was 2 Wildfire Tenketsus, and originally the reason why I went for Wildfire was not just because of the 8 gates it can get, but also the fact that it has 5 health. So if I happen to play like Wildfire Tenketsu plus Bloodbound spell, I develop a 3/5 and a 1/1 range and put a 8 gates into my action bar, and that does sound amazing. So I guess you can cut the Cobra Strikes for 2 of those. But I ended up cutting it because it really didn't help me in most of my games, to be honest. Spelljammer is fantastic for draw, so we really want to keep our hand full, have a lot of options, because if this hand runs out of cards fast, you'll pretty much just lose because you don't have really that many minions. As you can tell, we only have 16. I did play 10 games with it, just to give you guys a heads up. The deck went 7-2-1. This was against Vitruvian. Vitruvian does pretty well if we don't draw a Crescent Spear and Ghost Lightning. I think my opponent, he opened up with double packs into Golem Metallurgist, double Dream Shaper, and he had all the golems. I was like, ah man, that's a pretty good draw. And I wasn't able to get Crescent Spear and Ghost Lightning at the same time, so that's how I lost. But we did beat and tied. We did beat and tie Voth from Improbable Blobs, pretty good player. We also beat Zarans. I forget which one was the Zaran, and some Kalios, and we actually beat a Wanderer, both Wanderer Reva and Wanderer Ragnara. So because we do have that burst damage, as I said, if you want to beat Wanderer, being aggressive is the way to beat it, right? And that's how I beat it with this deck. And if we can't burst them down by like opening up with Celebrant into Geomancer, or Cryptographer into Spelljammer, then we just play the safe game, run away. Don't get in close because the value from Wanderer will just overwhelm you. Keep your distance and look for your combos with 8 gates and win from there. Originally, I also wanted to include Mana Forger, but I started to see that I would have more minions than spells, and that's more or less good. And I don't think the decrease of 1 mana per turn really helped me. I never saw, it's like, oh, I wish I had 1 more mana. Or, oh man, I wish I had Mana Forger so I can play a 7 mana Spire Tipping. I never really had those instances, to be quite honest. So I ended up just cutting Mana Forger for Celebrant, and I was just like, if I can get the dream of opening Celebrant into Geomancer, then that's fantastic as player 1. I'm not the greatest 8 gates player, but I have an idea of how it works. Personally, I don't like a full-on 8 gates list. I like a hybrid list that runs mid what's it called? Minions and 8 gates as a combo. But I think I featured it a couple months back, and it was basically a Kalios list that had 8 gates as a combo and Celebrant, but on top of potentially just ramping into a turn 2 Geomancer as player 1, I could also ramp into something like Hamon Blade Seeker. So I had the Zendo combo in there, as well as an 8 gates combo, and it was actually pretty fun. I actually got to S rank 2 during that season. So we got Voth. Alright. I'll be honest, it's not one of the better matchups for us. It's always tricky. We can get rid of the Phoenix Fire in one of the 8 gates, call that a turn. Celebrant's fantastic. If he uses a natural selection on this, then it's good. I don't know if you would keep Homeostatic Rebuke against Reva. Like, yeah, you can pick off some Heart Seekers, but everything else has less attack than HP. Good luck, have fun, man. Usually has less attack than HP, so Rebuke is not the greatest thing. Plasma Storm is better, so I'm inclined to keep the 4 wins. I just don't see myself. I'm gonna get rid of the Phoenix Fire. I don't really see myself using it. Ghost Lightning's interesting. It can help clear some either Golem Metallurgist or what's it called? Golem Metallurgist, or I like Crescent Spear. Crescent Spear is very good here. Golem Metallurgist or Rage Binder, right? Especially with Crescent Spear, you can just punch it, have something else hit it, Ghost Lightning. Looks like a natural selection. If I ever saw one, that's fantastic. I don't mind that. This could just be like a Voth Smash list. I honestly don't know. I do want to stop him from playing, so I'll get rid of Ghost Lightning because I do have Gotatsu. If I didn't, I would have kept it. So we'll just force him to have that second one. If he does, then cool, I guess. You would need to play. You can play a 3-drop as well by taking a tile. Second Crescent Spear is tempting to keep, as it means I can trade with Rage Binders. But if I can help it, I would like to replace it. Can't Plasma Storm. So as I said earlier, the Celebrant was fantastic. Oh, okay. Is that a Mechanictor? Can't do Greater Fortitude. You need 1 more mana. Lava Slasher. Okay. Okay. That wasn't horrible. Got a Phoenix Fire out of it. Okay. This is going to test whether or not he has Rebuke or not. So I'll just play this. Oh no, I shouldn't have hit first. I should have Gotatsu'd. Like I saw it, I was like, I need to wait. Oh, crap. That could be bad. Because that means one more damage on him. And there's no real point to playing the Crescent Spear right now. I meant to Gotatsu that. It feels bad, man. And I know some people in the comments was like, it's it's tough to commentate live and play at the same time. You're prone to misplays, and that's true. So I don't think this was a misplay. This was just I guess it is a misplay. What am I saying? All right, not the end of the world. This could be a Rebuke. It's the worst thing I can. Rage Binder. Okay, so we can just do very. Oh, he's hitting me. I mean, it makes sense. It gets rid of my Crescent Spear, but again, I don't think we need the Ghost Lightning if we can help it. It's nice to have, but I don't think the Celebrant. Celebrant's good. Gets us a body on board, but he has 6 mana next turn, so we should probably play around Mythron. And if I can get 4 damage in, I really want to hit with the 4 wins. That's how we win this game, in my opinion. So first things first, we're definitely moving this guy here. I don't think we need this, quite honestly. Cobra Strike. Could do Cobra Strike and Crescent Spear. I like that a lot, actually. I don't see the point in running away with the 4 wins. We're just going to be pressuring him a lot here, so. And we're also playing around Mythron. I mean, Mythron's not the strongest play, because if this sticks, then actually, I probably should hit that with my general. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't misplay Mike. Feels bad, man. If he wants to hit the 4 wins, then fantastic. He goes down. This could be it. Yeah, as Earth Sphere, that's again fine. I will have to take this tile from him because he could ramp into Saurian's Finality. I don't think we can kill him here, can we? Maybe that 1 damage I missed out on last turn actually might matter. Let's look. 4, 8. Yeah, it did matter. I can't believe I messed that one up. I mean, did it? Did it matter? Not quite sure. I think it did. Yeah, it did matter. Yeah, 4, 8, 11, 12, yeah. So just gonna skip this. There's no point in ramping into anything. Around Mythron, I guess, a little bit. Gotatsu this for draws. And I'm just gonna pretty much start hitting him. Always look for the most amount of damage you can do in a turn with this list. We do have 8 damage if our Crescent Spear sticks. Another Earth Sphere would suck, actually. Cryptographer we can afford to lose. This is probably another Earth Sphere. Which sucks. I don't know if it saves him. I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't. Because he had 13 last turn, and we have pretty much the same hand. And 1 extra point of damage, so... Overload. Okay, so that's a good game. But we could have killed him last turn. Too many hiccups for me this game, I guess. Yeah, so... Yeah, that's game. Well played. Ooh. as I said earlier, drawing Crescent Spears against Magbar in general is really good. The value you can get from it is insane. Plus, we can put a lot of pressure. Voth is not as bulky as you think, right? Since he's liberally hitting with his face to remove artifacts to clear minions, it means he's taking a lot of health, and you have to take the time to take a turn or two, in this case 2, to play double Earth Sphere. And it really wasn't, he wasn't really developing anything to, allow Voth to continue to take those slow turns. Like, he played Flash Lava Slasher. That combo is not as good as it once was. Right, I was able to clear it with just a Crescent Spear, right? Sure, I take 4, but I clear his face, and if he, I clear the Lava Slasher. If he wants to hit me to remove the Crescent Spheres, then, he's taking more damage, and it powers up my spells, so that's the beauty there. So yeah, 1-0 the list, 8-2-1 total. I'm not saying this is, I don't think this is a great deck, since I'm just laddering with it now. But it does do well against certain matchups, to be quite honest. Does well against Ragnarok, right? At least Voth can increase his attack to put on some pressure there. But between Gotatsus and Cobra Strikes, Thunder Bombs, Ghost Lightning, and Crescent Spear, the Ragnarok matchup is pretty much solidified in my favor. So yeah. For Starhorn, I would say it's about even, since Starhorn can generate some big minions, like my Starhorn list in particular, right? Could do well against this list, developing big things like Visionar, even without Flash. Visionar, how respects, 6 health is a lot to deal with. As Songhai, you have to pretty much commit a lot of resources to it. 2 minutes for a Q, oh my gosh. Okay, at least we got one. We got Kalios. Kalios can be difficult because big minions like Zendo, Hammond, Blade Seeker will be very difficult if he runs Hammond. Alright, so we got a pretty good hand here. I don't think we need 8 Gates or KnuckleStorm this early. I tend to replace those cards. Okay. We'll take it, I guess. I would tip you 5 gold, but you didn't, put in the effort of at least trying. Maybe he had to go. I don't know. So 2 minutes to find someone that concedes an opening hand. Feels bad, man. Oh well. So I don't know if we count that as a win. So we'll just still say it's 8-2-1. Not quite sure. I don't think this deck will hold an 80% win rate in S rank, especially as you hit top 50. I don't think it will hold. But as I said before, it has matchups in which it is favorable. Brum's a little tricky. Like, yeah, we can do Crescent Spear, Ghost Lightning, and clear all the 1/2s, but it's pretty much the big minions with 3-4 health, 3 health, 4 or 5 health, like Silverguard Knight. That can be a little bit problematic. Just looking here about Spelljammer is good because it survives things like Holy Immolation. We get rid of one of these. I do like to hold on to this, actually. Crescent Spear is nice, actually. Maybe I should replace the 4 wins. Let's see if this is Trial. This is not Trial. This could be that artifact Brum that's been going around. Not quite sure. Of which I would like to keep. Of which I would like to keep the 4 wins. Maybe it's too soon. But if he just starts equipping artifacts, I can't really do much about it, so I think I'll have to keep it. Same with the Phoenix Fire and the Gotatsu. Or do I have to keep the Gotatsu? Well, with Crescent Spear, it clears his those Crestfallen, so I think I'll keep everything here. There's no point in Phoenix Firing his face as much as I really wanted to. Just deal 4 to him. If he has a lot of healing, then it's, well, I just wasted the Phoenix Fire. But we'll see. See what he has. Tempest! Why? Maybe he thinks I'm an artifactless, which is fair. Let's get rid of this guy. This is not horrible. Maybe I should get rid of the Gotatsu. No, I'm keeping the Gotatsu. He has Crestfallen next turn. So we'll just play Spelljammer. Call it a turn. There's no point in, you know, Gotatsuing my own my own Spelljammer for the sake of draw. He can't, you know, Crestfallen Holy Immolation and clear this, which is a plus. If he wants to hit me, he's taking 3 damage, and I'm completely fine by that. Not quite sure what our next turn play could be. We'll have 5 mana, so we could do something like 4 Winds, Gotatsu, and Bloodbound spell, which wouldn't be bad. And I don't see how he's dealing with this, this Spelljammer, to be quite honest, unless it's like a Martyrdom. It's a Circle of Life. Interesting. So this seems to me like an artifact list, to be quite honest. But I would like to... There's no point in playing this. It's like really good with 4 Winds, so I'm actually going to get rid of Cryptographer. Crescent Spear, huh? Still do all of that. And I'm just going to equip the spear here. If he wants to hit me, he's going to take 4. He's played 1 Tempest, so he can't... The odds of him playing double Tempest this turn is highly unlikely. Next turn we could play Geomancer and Gotatsu, which is a pretty good play. That's the second Tempest. There's no way he has all 3 Tempests. Could be like a Lucent Beam or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a Lucent Beam. Not exactly the strongest play from him. I mean, it did clear, but I'm fine with that. I mean, like, I only got 1 proc off with the 4 Winds, but it's okay. I would imagine he has a lot of healing. So let's just do this. Let's replace the Crescent Spear action, or the Cobra Strike. Play Geomancer. Play around Holy Immolation. Call that a turn. I would imagine this is like an artifact list with a ton of healing. So I don't think I'll need Ghost Lightning, especially again with this Gotatsu right here. So I'll probably replace that. My next turn will probably be like Lantern Fox, double Phoenix Fire. We'll see. Okay, that doesn't clear the Geomancer though. It does not clear. Well, Bloodtear does. Okay, let's get rid of this Ghost Lightning. And we're just going to do something like this. Really don't see him playing another... I'm actually going to use the Thunder Bomb here, because if I draw an 8 gates, we can do 8 gates, triple Phoenix Fire, and that's 15 damage. Which we did draw in another Thunder Bomb, so we're looking okay. Plus with our Lantern Fox here. This plays around obviously another Sunstrike, which I don't know, he might have. Not sure. I would imagine the cards he's looking to hold in his hand would be Circle of Life. So getting rid of this Lantern Fox as fast as possible before he can play that second Circle of Life would be fantastic. Because we're just looking to, you know, just burn him out here with 8 gates. That's a Flameblood Warlock and a Holy Immolation. Alright. Okay. It's a lot of damage. I don't think we can kill him. Actually, no, we can kill him if he stays there and hits us, actually. He loses if he punches. Actually, no, he loses if he comes, like, close to me. Because we can kill him with 8 gates, double Phoenix Fire. Triple Phoenix Fire, excuse me. Alright, so... Unless he has a Sun Drop Elixir, he loses. Yeah, okay. Well played. Yeah. So, him staying in range of me, I mean, I get why he stayed in range of me. But it really was... Because you have to as Lion-R. Otherwise, I can just build up a combo on 9 mana and kill him. So 9, 2 and 1. It's not bad. Technically 10, 2 and 1. Let's go for one last one. Hello. Oh, I love you too, man. It's pretty good. I don't. As I said, I don't think we'll hold this 80% win rate with this deck. To be quite honest. If we do run into like Xerix, we might have a little bit of trouble, or a lot of trouble rather, especially if they're running. People are running packs now. No fear of Thunderhorn. I don't see why people aren't running Thunderhorn. Like I get, like Duelyst is back and that competes for quality 4-drops. And Sunsteel Defender is still a very good 4-drop in my opinion. So we might see some more of him. We're seeing a lot of Purgatos, not a lot, but you've been seeing some Purgatos. Some Purgatos because it has the 5 health now, which means it survives, as I said earlier. Things like Holy Immolation, Mecanter, Lava Slasher. I don't think you would ever use a Lava Slasher on. Like, it was acceptable to use a Lava Slasher on a 4 health Purgatos, but now it's definitely not. So I can see the merit. Purgatos still has 3 attack, but you know, which means it's still susceptible to natural selection to an extent. Plasma Storm does survive Rebuke and Blood Tear, which is not a huge combination, as I said earlier, but it's a pretty powerful one in terms of getting a full board clear, because there's a lot of things that have 1 more health than their attacks, so they can survive homeostatic rebuke, things like Kron. But so that's why I said earlier, homeostatic rebuke plus Blood Tear is usually good. Just like Blood Tear Alchemist plus Holy Immolation is a fantastic play. I don't really consider the two the same, because at least Holy Immolation can go face and that. But I guess you can run some cheeky shenanigans with Rebuke and Frenzy minions and whatnot, and they just hit everything around it. I don't know if that's... I know that's what happens. Like you Rebuke immunity with Frenzy can hit your general and the enemy general. I don't recall if the developers commented on if that was an intended interaction or not. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I just know that's how it works, right? Rebuke a Frenzy minion. Okay, so we actually have like a decent matchup against Lilith if we can draw things like Crescent Spear to do with Furiosas with Ghost Lightning. I don't think we need those 2 cards. As you notice, I tend to replace Phoenix Fires and damage spells in general, not Thunderbomb, but damage spells in general in the opening hand. Why? Because that means I have a good chance of drawing it in the late game, and I'm pretty much just looking to develop and control of which Phoenix Fire is its damage, and the more I use it, I can just run out of plays. So Gloom Chamber, so this is Swarm. Okay, so we don't need 2 Geomancers for sure. If I play Lantern Fox, he can kill it, and I only get 1 Phoenix Fire. So I'm just gonna try and look for those Ghost Lightnings and Crescent Spears. That's not a Ghost Lightning or a Crescent Spear. The Spelljammer is interesting to keep, because usually Swarm just dumps their hand, hopes that board sticks, and if it does, then they're out of cards. and I really don't want to give him more cards. So if anything, I'd probably replace the Lantern Fox here. Not sure. We'll see. The worst thing that can happen now would be like a Wraithling Swarm. I think that would be the worst thing that can happen. It's not running Trial or anything, but I think it's a Wraithling Swarm that would be the worst that can happen here, because you can take all the mana with it and still have 2 mana left. Oh boy, yeah, there it is. Shiro would be bad too. We need that Ghost Lightning like ASAP. No, Ritual Banishing. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I definitely get rid of. It's interesting. Usually, Hyper Swarm lists that usually just omit that. Let's get rid of the Lantern Fox. There's the Ghost Lightning, and 8 Gates is pretty good too, because if these minions get bigger than, you know, like 2 health, we can 8 Gates Ghost Lightning. Got some pretty good value there. We'll see. If you play something like Bloodtide Priestess, we have the answer for that, obviously, as well as clearing his whole board. Cartographer is interesting to keep, though. We'll see. The worst thing that can happen now would be Deathfire. Actually, the worst thing that can happen would be Soul Grimoire. We do have the answer to that, but it means a lot of damage to our face. So, as I said earlier, the matchups in our favor, if we can, you know, just draw the cards, things like Thunder Bomb and Ghost Lightning, along with that Crescent Spear. That was Bloodtide. I don't know if this is an 8 Gates Ghost Lightning turn. It could be. Because we could... Ooh, he didn't do it. This is 8 Gates Ghost Lightning Phoenix Fire. Let's replace the Cryptographer. KnuckleStorm. Okay. So we can do 8 Gates... not Phoenix Fire. 8 Gates, Ghost Lightning, KnuckleStorm, Bloodbound Spell. I like that. That's a pretty good play. And we'll just, you know, start cashing in on the damage. This does 3 damage as well, so it's like I'm using a Phoenix Fire. And we'll just call that a turn. Our hand will fill it back up to 5, so our next turn could just be Geomancer. And maybe if we replace him to a 1-mana spell, that will be our turn. If not, Geomancer is probably our play. Usually Abyssine doesn't have a good way of dealing with this. They had Sphere of Darkness, but with that nerf, people have been omitting it from their decks, since it's not nearly as good as it once was. But it's still very, very... I don't want to say it's a good card, but it's a playable card now. Not an auto-include for sure. Could do Celebrant Geomancer. I don't know what that will net us, so if he doesn't really play a whole lot, you could just replace the Celebrant. But I would imagine my turn will most likely just be dropping Geomancer. If not, it could just be Cobra Strike. Horn of the Forsaken. Excuse me? Double Horn of the Forsaken. Okay. Well, he's taking a lot of damage. I'll get rid of the Celebrant for sure. A Thunder Bomb would just probably win us the game here. Go Tatsu, huh? Well, our turn's not Geomancer. So I don't think it is. Oh no, I meant to do this one. Misclicked. Actually, I don't think it matters, because I think I'm clearing most of these Wraith things anyways. Yeah, it did matter. Never mind. We're okay. I'd rather get the 3 damage. Do I want to draw? Can I kill him next turn? Yeah, I can kill him next turn if I go face here. So I'll call that a turn. There you are. Yeah, we can definitely kill him next turn. We have 7 mana, so that means we can do 9 out of hand damage. That fire doesn't do anything. If we drew Thunderbarm last turn, we probably just won the game. We probably wouldn't have lethal, I don't think, if we played Thunderbomb last turn, but we were just, you know, straight out won. Because he has nothing on the board. At least here he could do some shenanigans with, like, I don't know, Aphotic Drain, what's it called? Night, Shadow Dancer. Shadow Dancer, I don't think Shadow Dancer saves him, to be quite honest. It only heals him up to 9, of which we have 10 damage in hand. Chaser. Okay. Sure. I don't know why he's playing Horn in the Forsaken. Maybe that's like a... Since people aren't running... My man, props for that, but it's so slow. Well played. That's an interesting list. I don't know what to say about that. I thought it would just be Hyper Swarm, and with the Wraithing Swarm I thought we were done for, but ended up being pretty good with the list. 3 wins when recording with this. So was it 10 or 11, 2-1? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So pretty good. Oh, we even have a rare crate, so let's just open that in the Spirit Orb and call it a day. See what we get. Hopefully some legend. I don't think you can get a guaranteed legendary from rare crates, but I know there's a chance. We got Grail Master, cool. I know that was good. Hey, and Titan as well. It's pretty good. I think you're just guaranteed 1 epic from a rare. So pretty good there. We got a Spirit Orb. What's this? Core? Cool. Open that. See what we get. Slowly collecting all the skins. And a really bad pack. Because I probably have all of them. I think I have all of them. Definitely have all of them. I don't know about Rogue Warden. I probably intentionally disenchant that. But yeah, that's the deck for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope the guy that... forgot your name, I'm sorry, that requested KnuckleStorm. Hope you were satisfied with the list. I guess I could show you. Did I even play KnuckleStorm? I think I did, as chip damage, or you know, just a way to cash in or to be mana efficient. I think I did play it, but there was actually a game. You can go through my replays. There was actually a game against Iran where it did very well. Contributed in lethal alongside 4 Winds Magi against double Golden Vitriol. So actually really helped there. So I guess you can keep the KnuckleStorm in the list, but as I said earlier, I wouldn't build entirely around it. Like the Intensify is appealing, right? The fact that you can run things like Meditate and whatnot, and Heaven's Eclipse, and, you know, just play all the KnuckleStorms. Like, that's the dream, but in reality, it doesn't happen. To be honest, it doesn't happen as often or as well as you may like. So that's just my comments on that. So yeah, guys, hoping you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.